Okay, so some of you might be baffled or whatever about how my art channeling style works. It's all automatic. Technically, I can separate my arm, my heart chakra, my throat chakra, and my third eye. So all of this happens very automatic to me. So it's really easy for me to do. It's kind of relaxing. It's enjoyable, and I feel a lot of different frequencies, fragments, etc. And it's a way of connecting with, well, a lot more than just my earthly self. Just simply put it. So, as you could tell, potentially here is the blue-headed 60-70 being, and all of this coming out of it, so to speak. Anyways, so getting on with the channeling. So a lot of these channelings will, like this one just recently done, you can tell there's like multiple creatures here, depending on how you look at it. You can also spin these around and they'll turn into like a little spiral Mandela thing. I do not have a spinner thing with me right now, but some of them do that. I've only been able to try a few, so I can't say that all hundreds of them do it. So, but yeah, you'll get like optical illusions and stuff like that. So how this works is they're all made out of people, right? So think about that one for a little bit. When they say as above, so below, you are infinite beings, right? So think about this, and when you zoom out and this becomes a lower plane, so if I were to separate these planes out, let's say this is the second dimension because it's a piece of paper. So that would indicate that the first dimension is the white hole, quasar, whatever you want to call it, and the negative whatever dimension, however you want to perceive it. So one is receiving, one is sending. So basically these two just work together like a loop, right? A spiral. So one spirals up, one spirals down. So to speak, one spirals up, one spirals down. You get the point. So basically one becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, and then one becomes smaller and consumes. Much like they talk about space and whatever, NASA and all that stuff. Anyways, points aside, going back to the second dimension, you see it as second dimension, which is, you can see it zoomed out, are creatures, and then you can zoomed in, which maybe you see the people, maybe you don't. And then taking this and turning it into the third dimension, now you have the illusion of perception, where you can now, give me a second, zoom in to said drawing, and it unfolds. Now you see landscapes, you see people, etc. Anyways, pointless interruptions aside, we were just talking about how this turns into people, right? May not necessarily make sense. Let's see, a earthling is a third dimensional being, typically, right? That's how you see things. So if everybody is a reflection of you, then that means this one little being becomes all of these beings, which then zoomed out to the fourth dimension becomes all of it, right? So it becomes a bigger picture made up of how many lives, right? How many infinite lives? And then you go to higher dimensions and all that stuff, and it gets more exciting, but we'll leave it at that for now.